Seeing if the notifications get out there to everyone. Even the app updated completely different since the last time I was live. Oh, there we go. Just Alright, I got a thumbs up first. Good. Just waiting for a few more people to get in here before we start going and talking about things. So currently I'm in Minnetonka, kind of by Highway 7 and 101, the site of the fatal car accident into the power pole. I am alive. I have been extremely busy. There's a couple topics. I've been posting a little bit on X, a little bit on a lot more on TikTok. But we'll take off here in a minute. One of the topics I want to discuss is the encryption. Nothing major going on. Brooklyn Park just had a car accident. They had a car takeover in Brooklyn Center last night at Brooklyn Park in Hennepin County, and everyone responded to if you're up in that area. My one vehicle's in the shop, so if it looks a little bit different, it's because I got another vehicle, so do appreciate you. Nothing major going on. I'm not live for anything major, more of a conversation. We'll talk about the encryption. I've been fine. I've just been busy with work. I started a real job, as we call it, and still continuing to run my own company. I don't know. So I had to cut one thing, and unfortunately I got unmonetized from YouTube, and I really didn't care a whole lot. So, but I do want to get out there. Minneapolis is going encrypted here in a couple days. They have been rolling it out for a while. So that's one thing I want to talk about. I know I did receive some messages too, and I know that Bob talked about it a little bit on his Live on Patrol Friday night. I didn't watch it. I haven't been watching a lot of YouTube. Shout Out Girls is on here. Vibe with Mike. Appreciate you guys. The encryption's real. It's coming. We're in Minnetonka. We're northbound Highway 101 right now. I figure I'd take you guys kind of through Wayzata and stuff to see the western Hennepin County area. I got a new vehicle, so, well, we'll call it the UC vehicle. PD doesn't know about this one, but we are monitoring Hennepin County, which is encrypted, and these are one of the cities that are encrypted and have been encrypted for about 5 years now for law enforcement dispatch. Ironically, there are some channels that use in Hennepin County for law enforcement that are not encrypted. So we do pick up on that every now and then. Fire's still not encrypted. I think I posted a video on TikTok with the radio traffic of a shooting up in Brooklyn Park. Is the camera angle okay? I feel like it's kind of to the right a little bit. Anyway, so Minneapolis is going encrypted. They have a dashboard where apparently you can log on to, and it updates the 30-minute delay every 30 minutes, and it holds it for 24 hours. there's a lot of controversy now that Minnesota's gone encrypted. Dakota County's encrypted. I think a couple weeks ago, maybe around the 1st of the month, so maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, Carver County went encrypted. Scott County's been encrypted. And I've been doing some research on it, and the implications of what they're citing are real. I don't know if Wright County's gone encrypted yet. I did talk to Sheriff Derringer. This was kind of last year, because he never had plans to go encrypted. He doesn't want to go encrypted. Most cops and most agencies I've talked to do not want to go encrypted on their main dispatch channels. One, they claim that it is about transparency. How can they say they're being transparent when they're encrypting all their main dispatch channels? No one has an issue with SWAT going encrypted. But there are some legal problems that they're going to run into, and I think Minneapolis is going to spur these legal challenges with dispatching the main channels. But if you follow Crime Watch, Crime Watch Minneapolis, MN Crime, me, I think there's a Minneapolis police scanner. There's a lot of a lot of us that are trying to get information out, regardless if we like each other or not. That doesn't matter at this point. This is the point where we all need to become united. Yes, Mike. St. Louis County is still uncrypted for now. It is going through statewide. Stearns County is encrypted. I think so. St. Cloud area is all encrypted. Bob is against encryption again. Just because we have our issues, we're all human. We're never going to like each other 100%. There are other channels that they can use. The computers, non-encrypted. This is Lake Minnetonka, by the way. So we'll go cruise through. We'll go into Wayzata.
Excelsior Fire Duty Crew. Respond to difficulty breathing. At Shorewood Landing. At 6000 Chaska Road. Unit 231 Shorewood. Cross streets are Highway 7 and Mayflower Road. Time out 11:49.
That's behind us. But that is what they're citing is a problem. So where does it end? Where does the encryption end? Does the encryption end because they're saying it's officer safety, but they're also claiming victim information? The problem with this is no news media outlet can gain the information that I or any other independent journalist has the ability to get. So I've had a few people email me and go, well, how's mainstream going to get their information? They're not. The other issue we run into...
Golden Valley Fire Duty Crew. Respond to a lift assist. At Dover Hill Apartment 2400 at 2400 Rhode Island Avenue North. Unit 605 Golden Valley. Cross streets are 23rd Avenue North and 27th Avenue North. Time out 11:50.
So one of the big issues we have is no media outlet is going to have access. Does not matter. So we're heading into Excelsior now. So we're just kind of cruise around Lake Minnetonka and the suburbs cities here, because these cities are all been quiet. You don't hear anything, and that's a big part of the problem. You guys think you're safe because we can't get news out to you, because the only narrative that gets out to the public is what the law enforcement wants to come out. Law enforcement is governed by city councils and mayors. they don't want negative information out. They want their public to be thinking they're safe, that nothing happens in my town. It only happens in the major metro area, i.e. Minneapolis or St. Paul. I did hear the rumor that St. Paul is going to go encrypted in October-ish. I haven't confirmed that, but we'll find out. Every time I go into these suburb agencies, actually Deep Haven, I actually talked to a couple Deep Haven cops. They're like, you should come up to our police department and do a First Amendment audit. We have this like little town area. So this is downtown Wayzata, by the way. We have this little police department. It's like in a building. It's kind of cool. So I might run up to Deep Haven and just film the police department. I really don't do the First Amendment audits.
Have a 71-year-old female, unknown weight.
Nothing for one purpose.
Well, I was too.
This is a big problem for a lot of agencies.
Dispatch, Lieutenant 22 0.
Well, Lieutenant 22, I'm looking to be.
But if you're out in the area, you're out in Wayzata, like you said, I'll be driving by you in about 10 minutes. I'm in a completely different vehicle. We'll call this the UC vehicle. So it's not my other truck. That, again, had lifter issues, so I'm getting the lifters replaced in that truck. It's not the 6.2 liter, if you guys pay attention to GM engine news, but... yeah, no, this is another one I bought. But you know, it's a huge danger to everybody. I'd like to hear what your guys' thoughts just are. You're right, it is a violation of our rights. It's also a violation of Minnesota. Well, I don't know if it's a violation of Minnesota state law. It's a violation of the spirit of the law, which is, you know, the multifaceted layer. But again, what's going on in Wayzata right now, we don't know. The bar that we passed back there, I had reports that the cops beat the hell out of a guy. And, you know, we didn't even know about the call in the first place. So the only camera footage is a surveillance camera. We have to wait and wait and wait for court. We have to file data requests. Again, the only narrative we get is a police report. The encryption is a danger to our safety. So, you know, they want to talk about safety. Well, let's look at it. How many times have you guys been with me and we go into an active scene, but I know where the perimeter is so I can stay out of the active area where I could possibly be shot at, I could be in the way. If I have that crucial information, even if I'm not live, it's keeps me safer, right? Like, I then can relay that to you guys so you guys can stay in the house. Here's another thing. Well, here, let's keep going. We'll go around into Mound. So another big part of this is officer's family. Like, there was that guy, I don't know if you guys remember watching, it's probably about 2 years ago, the guy up on the roof. I think he had a gun with him. The guy kept going up and down the stairs on the roof. I got the footage of him. The fire department came with the ladder truck, brought him down. You know, I talked to one of the officers, and they actually appreciated it because his wife was reaching out to make sure he was safe. Well, they can watch the channel and they know that they're safe, right? So, that's a huge thing to help family members. Yeah, the bulletproof. Yeah, you remember watching it, the bulletproof police line.
That's exposure.
No, no one ran me off YouTube. I've just been super busy. Hey, Ralphie, I'm gonna get in contact with you. We're gonna try to head out St. Paul a little bit. I just got to get my suspension on this truck checked before I hit the streets of St. Paul. But yeah, this is a big problem with the encryption. SWAT channels absolutely should be encrypted. But here's what I will tell you: MTACs and LTACs are still not encrypted. I was listening to that police chase. If you guys follow MN Crime on Facebook, I think X, they have the traffic cam footage. It was all aired on LTAC 1, State Patrol, Hennepin County Sheriffs, and that ended with the motorcyclist crashing. But I did want to get back on here. I did want to talk about it. I'm going to try to get some more videos posted. I might do some more shorts. I might be uploading some of my TikTok videos on YouTube just to try to get the relevancy of the channel back up. Because I haven't done... It's been over a year now, I think. I had a lot to clean up. Yeah, I can take a left and go back into Orono on 19. Just a little bit of personal information. This is the area I grew up in, around this area, and it has changed. If you guys grew up in this area, it has changed so much. I can't read that whole long message that you sent me, but I'll take a left on County Road 19 up here. There's an area up here where the signal cuts out pretty bad, so we actually had a police chase a few years ago going the opposite way down this road and went straight at that corner we just turned right at, and they went straight into a house. Again, that was on an LTAC channel, unencrypted. The other thing I want to touch base on is the severe weather threat we have tomorrow. It keeps enhancing. So it's Lake Minnetonka to the left. We got Whitecaps.
Brooklyn Park Engine 1. Respond to fall. At Horizon Home Care BH 511. At 2317 80th Avenue North, Brooklyn Park. Cross streets of 10th Avenue North and 80th Avenue North. Time of 12:00.
We did have an apartment fire out here in Mound. I went to last week.
West Metro Fire Duty Crew. Respond to difficulty breathing. At the terrace at Crystal. At 3245. Syracuse Avenue North. Unit 219 Crystal. Cross streets are 32nd Avenue North and 34th Avenue North. Time of 12:00.
We've had well, not a lot. We've had a couple overdoses in the last couple of weeks. I didn't make it to the one in Plymouth. Those things, again, we'll only have, this is the traffic we're only going to have is fire. Which, again, some of the things they get dispatched to that I'm trying to pick up on more and listen to is assist fire calls. Brooklyn Park does air when they have a shooting. Brooklyn Center, I've heard a couple of those. I didn't make it to any of those. But again, I'm getting this truck set up kind of like how I had my other truck to get like I had to buy this mount at Target.
West Hunter, 31, 43 LT Mount Shorter Bar, 269, pass out. Copy. So here.
Just Lieutenant 22 on scene.
Yeah,
So here.
we can we'll swing through Excelsior.
After stop at 44, 12th Avenue South, Unit 111 Hopkins. Cross Street, Starling Street and 1st Street South. Time of 12:02.
But we'll see what happens. I was hoping to get out a little bit earlier to hit Minneapolis before they went encrypted, but we'll see what happens. I've heard a lot of rumors of potential challenging of their main dispatch channels being encrypted. It's good to see everyone out here. I wanted to let everyone know I'm still alive. Yeah, Ralphie, the boat tours in Excelsior are really nice. If you guys ever get a chance to go on any of the tour boats, they're well worth it. You know, I know Bob says that Ramsey County won't go encrypted, but it's the same thing that I talked to Sheriff Derringer about in Wright County. He doesn't want to go encrypted either. The problem is the state of Minnesota is pushing the encryption. They're blaming Dakota County when encrypted.
Over.
Yep, that's the area that's a dead area for me. So I talked to the BCA. So I don't know how much you guys heard, but Sheriff Derringer did not want to go encrypted in Wright County. A lot of the fire departments in Wright County had an issue with the encryption. But the feds are pushing it through the BCA, which is forcing the Allied Radiometrics Armor, is the statewide public safety radio communication. It's either a 64-bit or 128-bit encryption system with the keys. There's a whole ton of rabbit holes you can go down and really dig into all this. But I know Dakota County had to drop a ton of more money in buying newer radios that are encryption capable. So we're going to go back down County Road 19. We're heading into Mound right now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to go by Hennepin County Water Patrol. That's why I'm going this way. And then I'll read that comment you said about going down County Road 19, then we'll head into Excelsior. But it's this is Sheriff's Water Patrol right here. We got Orono PD, a couple Orono PD. So they do Spring Park and Mound and Minnetonka Beach. See if I can back in here, let you guys take a look at the lake while I read this message. Readjust here. No ice. We're officially iced out. We have whitecaps officially right now. So anyway, going back to the conversation I had with Sheriff Derringer, super great sheriff, probably one of my top 3 sheriffs that I think are great that I've talked to. He said that the reason he has to go encrypted is because if he doesn't, they will kick him off the Armor network. So despite what Bob is saying, he'll be forced to encrypt the radio. All right, take a left in current 19, City of Tonka Bay. There will be a huge pile of dirt in front of City Hall right off County Runway. That dirt is causing a lot of controversy in the city. All right, yeah, we'll take a look at the pile of dirt. First time I've ever been asked to take a look at a pile of dirt. Current temperature is 60 degrees out right now. But that's the problem with the encryption. That's the main problem with what is going to happen, unless, my opinion only, unless lawsuits happen.
Dispatch, Shoal Golden Valley Fire Units, clear 2400 Rhode Island.
Golden Valley Fire clear, 29.
But we're looking straight south too from the lake, from Mound. Global warming, we're all gonna die. Okay, Ralphie. But it would be nice that if we could hear what's going on, because even water patrols, a lot of it's encrypted. There are some channels they do use that aren't encrypted, but they do have encrypted channels. Like Hennepin County has their own tactical channels that are encrypted that they could be using. There's really no need for the dispatch channels to be encrypted. And like I said, unfortunately, and again, this is my opinion, I don't see a change happening until lawsuits happen. Because I know like Chicago went encrypted, but they have a delay on their traffic for people to be able to hear. So there are alternative avenues that they could be using. I mean, even being live here, there's a delay. So from the time I get it live to the time it gets to you guys, there's a 30 minutes to a minute and a half delay that you guys are able to get. Again, a lot of the stuff out here, a lot of stuff out in the Hennepin County areas where they're governed by the dispatch that are encrypted is all just me stumbling upon things or getting tips. Yeah, the rooftop bar directly behind me is a great spot, especially on a really hot day when the wind's blowing north like this off the lake.
Brooklyn Park Engine 4. Respond to A Hart at 10707 Perry Drive, North Brooklyn Park. Cross Street, turn 107th Avenue North and Regent Avenue North. Time of 12:11.
So it's a combination of the feds. It's basically a combination of the state and feds. It's a lot of finger pointing back and forth. Diving a little bit more into the armored, the Allied Matrix system that everyone's using in the state, and that kind of came after the 35W bridge collapse. That there was communication barriers, which honestly, the system that they have works great for breaking down those communication barriers. Like I was listening to a police chase up in West Duluth, I think it was, from down here in the metro area. So everybody can hear what's going on, which is the point of it, right? The communication at the times it needs to be communicated. But the other problem is, unless they switch over to one of those channels, agencies have a hard time talking to each other. Bloomington has a hard time talking to Hennepin County because it's its own dispatch channel. So a lot of these agencies and a lot of the officers have an issue with it. So if you want to talk about officer safety, unless they're switching over to these tactical pool channels, on the fly, agencies and officers have a hard time hearing back and forth from each other. And that, to me, is a huge officer safety issue, right? Like if you have an officer down call that's only being aired in your network of pool, but another agency might be right next to you that can't hear you, how is that not an officer safety issue? Yeah, the Bloomington police chief used to work in Ramsey. I did reach out to a potential running mate for governor of the state of Minnesota for an interview request. He did accept, so I will be trying to figure that out. Shadow Girls, was he an undersheriff? I think he was, wasn't he? Yep.
You're very clear, Casco Road.
He used to be an undersheriff, so yeah, I mean, he's, again, we're all human. I don't know if you really can see how choppy that water is. Let's see if I can zoom in. So to be honest with you, this is the type of water I'd love to kayak in. But I'm just kind of curious too what it's going to do with Bob with his live on patrol, because if the radio goes encrypted with St. Paul, what is he going to be able? He won't be able to broadcast that, right? So how is that going to work for his live on patrol? Are they going to have earpieces in, and then no one's going to be able to hear what's going on? Because it kind of defeats the purpose of the encryption then if he's publicly airing that. So time will tell, and we'll see what goes on with that encryption with St. Paul. All right, let's go look at this mound of dirt. So where are we at? The Tonka. So let's see. Go back in my comments here. The city of Tonka Bay. Huge pile of dirt causing a lot of controversy in the city. Not quite sure what kind of controversy they're talking about, but take a look. Yeah, Ralphie, a controversial pile of dirt. Shout out. Yeah, LOP might be one of the reasons. I mean, I know I've gotten a lot of praise. Oh, there's a Hennepin County Sheriff Water Patrol. They have a lot of officers do have issues with they appreciate when I'm out there. They don't necessarily appreciate Bob a whole lot. I don't drive through their crime scenes. Hey, Jason D. Yeah, no, that's a big problem, is you won't be able to hear what's going on. And that, again, so where do we weigh out transparency, public safety, and, you know, things they're bringing up, officer safety, protecting the privacy of victims, and then being able to get the information out there as journalists with the encryption. That's the problem that we're running into right now. Which one is a greater weight on this? I mean, again, I'm going to be biased towards getting press information. Where? Does it take a left or take a right? So I'm going to go into Excelsior here. Yeah, I do apologize for the signal out here. This is definitely an area where our signal kind of cuts in and out. Came out this way not too long ago for a boat accident. There's not much I could get for footage, just because it was dark and they had flight out, and it was pretty interesting. I guess the driver disappeared, and yeah, no, I know Bob talks a lot about being against encryption. I think there's times for encryption. I think there's times for not encryption. Again, if we can unite on things we all agree with, I think that would be the better thing. I mean, we all have our own methods of how we do things. We all have our own reasoning to do things. We all have our own opinions, but at the end of the day, what really matters is what's the greater good. Streets of St. Paul has been been out quite a bit. If you guys, I don't know if he's been out on YouTube a whole lot, but I know he posts a bunch of stuff on YouTube. Oh, is this the pile of dirt? Tonka Bay City Hall pile of dirt? I think we found our controversial pile of dirt. I've driven by this place, I don't know how many countless number of times. I've never been here, but I guess this is the city of Tonka Bay City Hall. Little tiny building there, but you know what? This is a lot bigger pile of dirt than what I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest with you. This is huge mountains of dirt. Yeah, Dan, now that I'm stopped, you know, Bob does talk about that, how he says criminals watch his show to get intel, but yet he doesn't want to encrypt the radios. Yeah, the mountain though, this is the city of Tonka Bay. I kind of expect this more in Mound, to be honest with you. These are all little cities around Lake Minnetonka. I think I can drive around the back here. I mean, I guess I could do a little bit of investigation on this mound of dirt. Yeah, if it was sand, that would be the biggest sand castle. Not quite something I'm used to digging into, but...
West Suburban Fire Station 2. Respond to gas odor. At 4255, Wild Meadows Drive, Medina. Cross streets of Meadowview Lane and Sunrise Court. Time of 12:24.
May 8th is the big update. Well, we will, I have time. I'll dig into the mound of dirt in Tonka Bay.
Yep. Yep.
So this is a Hennepin County... That was a Hennepin County channel that's non-encrypted. So we got a bunch of "yep" on there. It's crucial information that we should definitely have encrypted.
Dispatch West River, Captain 22 en route to Wild Meadows.
West River Captain, Terminal Road. Have a strong smell of rotten eggs inside the house. They are feeling okay and evacuating. They'll be waiting outside.
West River, Captain 22, copy, thank you.
So we'll head over into Excelsior. But I feel old now. I remember coming through this whole area when I was younger, and none of this stuff used to be here. I mean, some of it was, but a lot of it wasn't. Ralphie, yeah, no, I'm on your guys' text chain, and your guys' texts are interesting. If you guys get on Ralphie's text chain, I think Duluth News Now is on there, Ralphie's on there, a lot of people are on there.
Edison, West Suburban, Rescue 11 Monroe. That's our Rescue 11, possibly done.
I don't even have to follow the game. I just listen to Ralphie vent about the game. Did you get yourself on camera? Y'all, this is all encrypted public safety radio area, so only fire we get here. Yeah, message message Ralphie if you want to be on the text chain, I guess. I don't know who started it. I don't know if I can add people or take away people, but there's been a few times I've had to mute it, especially during the day when I'm at work and I'm getting constant bing, bing, bing text messages. Yeah, Blaine is built up actually. So I think, was it Chanhassen? There's a lot of developments happening. I've been following just unreal things that are happening. Seems like TikTok tends to get a lot of that information out there faster. Again, different platforms for different information. A lot of people jump on things that are not true. But with my workload starting to lighten up here, yeah, Susan, good to see you again. I have seen an alarming number of Tesla vehicles without front plates. Message Ralphie, message Ralphie, I guess, on YouTube. Send him a message and see. I'm gonna let him be in charge of that. Okay, we're going downtown Excelsior now. I actually haven't even been downtown Excelsior for a very long time. One of the jobs I've been working on is there was a DWI Christmas morning about 1:30. Drove into a house that I had to go out to and tape up the window, took out a fence I built and all sorts of stuff. Again, I would have never known about that except the homeowner actually called me to do the job. So again, that's where the Hennepin County encryption does not help at all. So here, it's Excelsior Commons Park off to the right. We'll pull over up here and get to see towards north. This is South Lake Minnetonka Police Department in this area. Curb check. So now we're looking straight north towards Wayzata. So way in the distance over there, I don't know if I can even zoom in that far. We're kind of the left side of the screen there. You can
Ground
see.
duty officer. Respond to wire down. On Argyle Lane and Lanark Road Mound. Time of 12:31.
But that's Water Patrol.
Dispatch all West Metro is clear and available for air crews.
West Metro 5, clear. 1232.
Oh, you changed your name. Okay, cool. Hey, Wanda, Pamela G, Susan. Good to see you guys in here. Former Jason D. But yeah,
Lieutenant 12's en route to Argyle.
it is pretty controversial with the encryption, and it's only going to get worse.
10, 12. A power line down on the road. No sparks or smoke were seen. Looks like it might be whole house.
Lieutenant 12, copy.
Just got a power line down in Mound.
Busy.
But I'm probably gonna jump off here. I got some more work I gotta do.
Dispatch West Suburban Captain 22. On scene, Wild Meadows, large two-story single-family residence. Nothing showing. I'll be out investigating command.
West Suburban Captain 22 is on scene of a large two-story single-family residence. Nothing is showing. Captain 22 will be out investigating command at 12:34.
I'm definitely not going to be a stranger. Like I said, it was just my workload kept me from going live a whole lot. But I did want to jump on here, like I said. Let you guys know that I'm still alive, still doing it. If you have TikTok or X, I do post on there a little bit more than YouTube lately. But yeah, I figure I'd take you guys around Lake Minnetonka to kind of see a little bit more. I know a lot of people are very familiar with the area. Like Ralphie said, he did a lot of work on houses out here. But we don't get out here a whole lot either. We have a lot of football players, basketball players. I think the most expensive house in Minnesota is currently on Lake Minnetonka. So yeah, there's a lot of money out in this area, and it's been encrypted for a few years now. Again, one of the ways that stops the public from hearing is when they did go to the radio, the armored system, the Allied Matrix system, which causes us to buy more expensive scanners, knowing how to program them so we can hear everything. I don't know if you guys remember when I first got my scanner, I was with Steve. I went into M&H to go get something, and somehow Steve was playing around with the scanner. I thought we could just program it because that's how scanners were back in the day, and somehow we got on the Air Force channel for some reason, and I have no idea. Oh yeah, you need a minute to link. But I do try to get out here around this area because crime does happen out here. Things do happen, major incidents. A lot going on in Brooklyn Park. You can sign up for, if you're on X, you can go to the Brooklyn Park Police Department and follow them. They do post a lot of their incidents that happen in their city, or anytime they go assist other cities, they tend to post that. They have I forget what it's called, a 411 system where they post. It's an email I think that they put out through their app. Also, shout out girls, if you do if you do like Bob's Live on Patrol, but you do want to chat. Also, there's a bingo card. There was a lot of controversy from the backseaters with that. I think it's great because it's a lot more interactive, a little bit more fun when you're listening and following along. Shout Out Girls does also when I go live too. If I go live on a Friday night, again, I have to get the suspension checked on this truck before I hit the streets of St. Paul potholes. But they can use my stream as well, so you might get dual streams going on if you follow Shout Out Girls as well. And then typically our guest passenger seater is Ralphie when I go out, so a little bit more commentary, a little bit different. And you were right, Ralphie, it is St. Pothole. That is where Minneapolis was a lot nicer. They have a lot nicer streets. But yeah, it's going to be interesting with this encryption. When they do have a major incident, though, they typically do go to a non-encrypted LTAC or MTAC channel, and that was the main reason I got my scanner, so we could listen to police chases. I was going to try to make it up to that motorcycle police chase yesterday up in the Brooklyn Park area, where it ended up crashing. I was going to try and get some footage from the crash. But I was busy trying to work on a house. Pamela, are you good with the links? Hey Brandon, thanks for being here. Also, Duluth, if you like the ships in and out of Duluth, check out Vibe with Mike. They another good channel up in Duluth area. Get to see he also goes around the city of Duluth and films some things, so if you're ever interested in seeing Duluth in real life, that's another good channel to watch. I do try to make it up to Duluth.
Dispatch moment 1012, Norco.
Number there's all of these. Over.
And Pamela, yes, Pamela gives awesome links. Severe weather, I want to reiterate, severe weather for Minnesota tomorrow. Be very mind aware. Make sure you guys have your safety protocols in place for that. We're Minnesota, it's going to be the south east region of Minnesota. I think we're in level 4 right now. Potential for tornadoes, damaging winds, large hail, and it only keeps intensifying. I've been watching it all week. If something pops on, I might be going live, doing a little bit of storm chasing, things like that. So that's another thing. I got to get this truck geared up as well, because I don't have everything installed here.
It is all from the house. The tree is falling.
So we do have a tree down in mound on a wire.
Okay, don't worry.
They're starting to sell. So yeah, Twin Cities, Mankato, Albert Lee, and that whole area is going to be the affected area, over into western Wisconsin as well, and Iowa, northeast Iowa as well. So western Wisconsin as well, and then the storm tracks for Tuesday more of Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois. So if you guys are in that area, just be very mindful. I will try to be out tomorrow for that. If you guys got storm chasing YouTube channels you watch, just watch those as well for your local area. If I don't get a chance to get out, I don't know the timing of the storms yet. We're still a little bit far out on that. We'll know a little bit better tomorrow morning, later tonight, with the with everything. But I got to get another radio set up in this truck. I have to get a power inverter set up in the truck for my laptop as well. So I got a little bit of work to do tonight in here. But I'll have both, hopefully in a couple weeks. I'll have my other truck up and running as well. So I'll have 2 trucks up and running. But if you guys have anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email, minnesota.news.now@gmail.com. You can message me on here as well. The more messages you guys leave after the video renders and goes up, that helps promote the channel. I'm going to try and work on my YouTube channel building back up. I'm also on X. I don't even remember what my X handle is. I think it's now_Minnesota, @now_Minnesota, and then Minnesota News Now on TikTok. You can message me on that as well. Also, I'm working, I know that MN Crime is working with Citizen app. I am in talks with Citizen app to work with them as well. So if you guys have Citizen, working on with them as well, is a multi-streaming platform. Still working out some of the details with them. I haven't had a whole lot of chance to talk with them. But with the encryption, that is a good way to share information to the community as well as us as journalists, to let us know what's going on so we can get out there as well. Yeah, okay, that is the plan. I might have to take some sick time at work, just depending on the timing of the storms. I'm also on call for my quote-unquote real job. I am going to talk to a couple of my techs to see if they can kind of take my on-call. I am the supervisor, so I'm kind of always on call for that when things get really bad. Because I have to handle things that are outside or above them. But I've got a good crew now that I've trained in, so they're pretty good and can almost handle everything. But yeah, we'll try and get out tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna go home, get this truck all ready for the storm. But again, stay definitely skyware. It's, from what I'm hearing, it's supposed to be pretty bad. So I hope you guys have a safety plan in place. Yeah, Ralphie, I did. I got a real job. I'm still doing my own job too, so you know. Anyway, I can do a time lapse of the storm. Time lapses will be a little bit harder, just because when it comes to time lapses, you have to have a stationary camera somewhere, and then you have to set it to time lapse. I can do it on my phone. I might, you know what? That's a good idea. I might be able to do that on one of my older phones. That's a good idea to do a time lapse. I might be able to do that. I'll talk to one of my clients and see if I can set something up. If not, we're just entering the storm season, so that's a good idea. I'll try to do that. Alright guys, I am going to sign off here in Excelsior off of Lake Minnetonka by Excelsior Commons Park. So hopefully we can get something going. I appreciate all the thumbs up. I always appreciate all you guys for being here. You know, definitely share the channel, but yeah, I'll try to get out there as well Hey, I'm not trying to give any cop watchers a bad name. It's just steady income, and it was an opportunity that I could not pass for the income that I get. It afforded me to buy another vehicle and then buy better equipment as well. But yes, thank you guys, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm really hoping it's nothing, because obviously, you know, tragedy is tragedy, and unfortunately that's what the majority of news is. But on the same side, it is real life. Yes, Bob does not know my new vehicle, so that actually none of the cops know my new vehicle. But yeah, Ralph, you'll probably be the first one to actually see my new vehicle. We'll just nickname it the UC vehicle, the undercover press vehicle for now. But appreciate all you guys. Always much love to all of you. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. So yeah, Pamela, it won't last long. He's probably got his intel people watching right now, and they're probably running all their information. I'm not keeping it a huge secret, but you guys will probably see it tomorrow if I get out of the truck and have to get back in it. No ghost graphics. But yeah, if I get out to film some of the storm stuff, you'll probably see it as I turn to get back in the truck. So that's your first clue. It is a truck. But appreciate you guys. I am definitely signing off. You guys have a good one. Be safe. And again, definitely reach out if you have any leads. Like the controversial dirt mound. Jason with Minnesota News Now out.